We got attorney Erica DiAngelo. What's going on? How you doing? All right, is this on? It's on. All right.
All right.
All right. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Happy to be here.
Good. Glad you could join us. Glad you could join us. All right. So tell us about your event, your organization, and what's going on.
Okay, so I am the founder of DiAngelo Law, and we represent small businesses and startups, helping people get all their preventative documents in place to try to make sure that if they do have to go to litigation, that they're going to be able to do it the most cost-effective way. So that's anything from trademarks to data compliance, which I think we'll be talking about later, and independent contractor agreements, things along those lines. So a side note, I think the event that you're referring to is I'm on the board, I'm actually a Tampa liaison for a group called Miss Esquire, which is a nonprofit group of female lawyers with three main missions: empowering women, empowering underprivileged youth, and mental health awareness. So we actually have an event coming up May 24th at the Tampa bar method. So we'll be focusing on stress relief and mental health and just healthy living overall.
Very important issue. Mental health. It's about time. It's about time we start focusing in on that, I think.
Absolutely.
Especially in the state of Florida, where we've had such in Tampa Bay area especially, where we've had such a tremendous issue regarding homelessness, and the numbers of people who are gone untreated for mental disorders because of their economic status, where they are in life, and what their particular situation is. That is something that has been devastating to families, to individuals, and we're seeing a lot of it with veterans, of course, where their need for mental health is extraordinarily high, because we're seeing so many homeless veterans out there as well. Correct? Especially
in Tampa. I mean, there's just so many veterans to begin with, and right. the homeless population is just growing.
Wow, incredible. So what are we doing about it? What can be done about it in your mind?
Oh, man. I mean, I think that the first step is trying to get rid of the stigma attached to mental health. People need to feel okay with going and seeking out the help that they may need, and not feel that makes them crazy or bad. And then, maybe it depends, I guess, how severe the problem is. Other people need to, help get those people the services that they might need too, especially for veterans. There's so many veteran organizations out there that want to help veterans in all aspects, the transition back into civilian world and everything. And I think one of the disconnects is just the awareness and making sure that the right people are being reached.
Right. Agreed. Okay, so now, we need to know how to get in contact with you. How do we get in contact with you?
You can call my office at 813-551-2484, or you can email me at erica@diangelolaw.com. That's ERICA @DIANGELO law.com.
All right. That's 813-551-2484. Erica at DiAngeloLaw.com. That's DiAngelo, DIANGELO law.com. All right. Now, Erica, there's something else we discussed, and that was what? Having to deal with
the GDPR,
yes.
The data compliance?
Yes.
Yeah, super important issue, and the most startling part is that I don't think a lot of people are talking about it yet.
Okay.
So the European Union passed a regulation a couple years back that's going into effect May 25th. It's the General Data Protection Regulation. And yes, we're in the United States, so people think that doesn't apply to me, I don't need to worry about it, but that's not correct. We live in a world where we're global. So if you have a business and you have a website online where people can put their name and email address into your site, then potentially a European Union citizen could get on there and put in their name and email address. So that means anybody who's doing that, anybody who has a website like this or a business like this who's collecting that data is going to have to comply with this regulation beginning May 25th.
Okay.
So you guys have probably noticed over the past few weeks a lot of updated privacy policies in your inbox from all of the major websites that you use. And it's not because of Facebook and what's going on with Facebook. It's actually because this regulation is going into effect, and there's hefty fines if these companies aren't in compliance.
Wow. And nobody knows about it. So
Yeah.
if you plan on doing business on an international scale.
Right. So if you know that you're going to do it on an international scale, I mean, you better get your ducks in a row immediately. But even on a much smaller scale, which brings up, a concern where, as a consumer, I want my data to be protected. I want to know how it's being used, et cetera, et cetera. But as a small business owner and an advocate of small business owners, the other side of that is, wow, this is a lot of, work and money and things that you're going to be obligated to do, even as a small business owner, because how are you going to prevent somebody from European Union getting on your website and giving you data? I mean, I've talked to some people on the tech side, and there's just not really, if you're just a small company, there's not really a cost-effective way to make this happen at this point. So, you got to be aware of the potential for a European Union citizen to be using your website.
So the European Union situation has truly affected, or is truly affecting, how we do business here in America.
Yeah.
Without question, because we can't go beyond our borders to do business effectively and safely without being hacked or someone taking our information. And if we don't have that registration, then we get fined. Is that correct?
It's not registered.
Or penalized.
Yeah, you can be penalized up to $20 million, actually.
Jeez.
And I think that, that's probably more focused on bigger companies, like companies that do payroll, ADP, for example, things along those lines, who have very sensitive information and mass documents, mass data. So I highly doubt they're going to come across a small business owner and say, "Oh, you took that email address. Here's a $20 million fine."
Right.
But yeah, that is in place. So.
Wow, that's incredible. So how can people find out more about this, Erica?
Actually, I don't remember the name of the website, but if you go on and you can search it for the GDPR, is the General Data Protection Regulation. There's FAQs on there, or you can call my office, and I'd be happy to walk any business owner through the steps that they need to take to make sure that they're either in compliance or whether they don't have to be in compliance. So there's a lot of unknowns here, and I think that right now it's the European Union who made this regulation, but especially after all the other things going on with Facebook and the Cambridge Analytica, I think that there will be legislation to follow in the United States. So, I mean, you might as well start now.
Right.
It's inevitable.
Wow. So how businesses are shaped and formed right now in the United States is really being jeopardized in some instances by this. I call it a phenomenon because I didn't know it existed.
Yeah, I know. That's what's crazy.
Kind of
People
popped
aren't
up
talking
on the
about
radar
it.
now, right?
Yeah. It was put in, it was passed 2 years ago. So the bigger companies have had 2 years to get everything in place before it goes into effect officially on May 25th. But yeah, nobody's talking about it. So I think that after May 25th hits, and maybe those companies who didn't get in compliance, I think that my personal opinion is that they're going to, send a fine, send a message, and then I think everybody will finally see that they need to be in compliance.
Are you doing any seminars or anything like that on this, Erica, at all?
Not yet. I've been working with a person on the tech side because from my perspective, sure, I can help you with compliance and understanding what the regulation requires of you, but I need sort of like a translator so that if somebody can tell me, I can tell them all day, like, you need this, this, and this, but from a tech point of view, I need somebody to basically translate that for me and tell me, yes, that this business is in compliance. This business can produce the data when they're required to do it, and so on and so forth. So that's something I've been discussing, but we don't have any webinar or seminar dates as of now. Still forming the alliance with the tech side.
but they can get in contact with you.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, in order to find out more information about GDPR.
Yeah.
Right.
If you have any questions, just call me or email me, and I'd be happy to chat with any business owners or people thinking about starting their own business about what goes into this compliance regulation.
Okay. All right. And they need to call 813-551-2484, correct?
That's right.
All right. Or email you at erica@diangelolaw.com.
Yep.
All right. That's DiAngelo, DiAngelo law.com. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. All right.